Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of MarkRushtonGallery.com. It is Saturday night, May 13, 2022. This video is called I Got 18 Paintings to Title and Talk About Tonight. So, no painting tonight. I painted last night. And very nice audience. Thanks, everybody. And I can't believe that people are actually watching these videos. It's the audience numbers have kind of gone up lately on things like YouTube, but really on all the alternative platforms too, like things like BitChute. Um, I don't know what's going on, but thank you very much. What's the other news here? Down in the description there, you can join my email list, which is at Substack, and link is in the description down there. I've left Mailchimp. I've left Mailchimp for the second time, just because I don't like using Mailchimp. I don't like using Mailchimp at all. And they used to have a really good free tier, and they just, the MBAs have taken over, right? So be careful with those MBAs. There's some good MBAs out there, but just we need money. But you know what? Some people need a free tier. It's okay. And what else is there? So yeah, I've been using Substack for about 9 months and really love it. Really enjoy using Substack as kind of a blog. It's so easy to use. And of course, it's also a mailing list. So I'm just going to, in the next day or so here, I'm going to move my mailing list over from MailChimp to Substack. And, probably not everybody will join me, but maybe some people will join me. That's okay. What else do I have here with regard to the descriptions here? Well, I got all sorts of stuff about me, the links to the gallery, links to the video sites. I forgot to add Minds. I'm on Minds now. So for video, I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, and Minds. So not always live, but sometimes on a translator channel, right? And then, of course, information about my music down there. You can follow me on Spotify, and you can find out about the kefir that I drink. And in the morning, I drink a wonderful sparkling probiotic drink by a company called Dr. D's, and I really like the crisp apple and the Concord grape. And but I love the kefir in the evening. Love the kefir, fermented milk. It gets gut health equals brain health. It's got the probiotics in it. I'm too old for alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. I really don't drink alcohol. I rarely drink alcohol, but I love fermented stuff. My wife and I today, we went out to the store, and I got some kimchi kraut, right? So it's a kind of a spicy kraut or whatever. Haven't had that yet, but I will. Let's take so I've got 18, I think it's like 18 paintings to title and talk about. Now, in the past, what I've done is I go and title the paintings for the week and talk about them and put them on, I'll photograph them. I'll be on a hell of a video and I'll photograph them, but I'm not going to do that anymore. Times have changed, right? But let's go ahead and look at the things that I've been. This one's a mess here. We'll just worry about that later. Okay, so this is last night's painting here. I've already got it adhered poorly here to the cardstock. That will be the last one that I'll title. So I don't even know how many weeks I have not been adding paintings to my gallery. It's been a few weeks. It's been a few weeks, and I've just kind of let them pile up. And I thought I'd just kind of take a look at them, a little less frequently. And I've been busy with other stuff too, getting ready for a new job, starting the new job this past week here. Love it. It's great. So let's get into it here. So this is a little bit different in that I've largely been working with 10 by 8s, 10 by 8s. So this is a little bit different. This is a what is it? 9 by 12. This is a 9 by 12, and so a little bit larger version there. And I thought I would go and just adhere this particular painting to the pre-cut mat, right? And so what you got here is acrylic ink on spun bonded olefin. That's what I've been working on last several years here, on and off. And then I've been working on spun bonded olefin for over 30 years. And it's really kind of an interesting product. It's put out by DuPont. It's also known as Tyvek. Of course, there's many different versions of Tyvek, but it started as a waste byproduct in the 1950s. It was formulated. It was patented in 1967. It's archival. It's moisture resistant, waterproof, mold resistant, and recyclable. Apparently, I don't know why you'd want to recycle it, but after you've painted on it. But anyway, I really enjoy painting on it. You really get these nice effects. I started painting with acrylic ink, and now I paint on it with or I started painting with acrylic paint. Now I paint on it with acrylic ink. So I make these sort of abstract landscapes. This is a landscape view of an abstract landscape. Most of mine that I've been doing lately are portraits. So I got to come up with a title for this here, and boy, I'm drawing blanks here. I think I'm going to put it on the back of the painting here. So let me take a look at this here. What am I going to call this here? What am I going to call it? Looks like a rough. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh, I got comments. Oh, I love comments. Looks like a rough stained glass. But yeah, kind of could be kind of like that. Let me take a look here. It's just essentially it's the blurry field. The blurry field in spring. It doesn't have to be any more difficult than that. Blurry field in spring. I'll put my name on it there. Big sloppy writing, right? So this is let's see, we do width first and then height. So it's a 12 by 9. Of course, it's a formatted, it's matted there. It's matted there. So we'll put this off to the side. Let's get into the other ones here. I got to get through these here. A bit different here. So this one, this is one that I started off with using ink pens as the base. So again, this is acrylic ink on spun bonded olefin, but underneath all this was sort of me experimenting with these ink pens. And yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I'm really super happy with this. It's kind of interesting. It also looks like somebody has made a bunch of ruts in the landscape, though. So how am I going to title this here? Like rutted land. You got rutted landscape. Rutted landscape. Trails. Too many trails. Maybe I'll call it that. I'll call it Too Many Trails. And see, the thing about these sort of paintings is if I'm like kind of not sure about it, I like to sort of leave it off to the side for a while, give it a title, put it out, because somebody may see this and just go, I actually kind of like that for whatever reason. So just because I think something is a little off or a little odd, or maybe outside my wheelhouse, as far as a painting is concerned, it doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't appreciate it. I mean, I like to say there's a genre, there's a, what's the term? There's a genre for everything, and just keep working. I'm building a body of work. That's what I'm doing here. Got hundreds of these, this is interesting here. Once you put the mat on it, it really completely changes it and transforms it there. This is acrylic ink and acrylic paint on spun bonded olefin. So, and there's a little bit of the pen in there as well. So this is, of course, I'm very informed by uh, the seasons. So you're going into spring here. So generally these are kind of a reaction to the season. So start of the grass, start the grass, start grass starting, start. Yeah, start of the spring grass. I'll just do that. Start of the spring grass in my chicken scrawl. Maybe I should get one of those little label makers, huh? 10 by 8. Something like that. I don't know. What have I got here? You're right. It is hard to name. Fertilizer. Yes. Yeah, all the runoff into our creeks so that we can't swim in ponds anymore around here. It's just bathing in atrazine, right? Oh, isn't that great? Isn't that great? So we can have, what do they do around here? Oh, ethanol, right? Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, let's pollute the waterways so we can have ethanol. Perfect. Thanks. Thanks, everybody. Again, acrylic ink on spun bonded olefin. This is I think I started off like that with a green sky, and then I flipped it around because I was like, you know what? It's sort of the brownish sky there. This is kind of more of an abstract. So maybe crackling sunset. How about that? Crackling. Sometimes I feel like I'm crackling. Crackling sunset. That's a good one. The titles usually don't they're not difficult for me. And that's why I do them live, because sometimes I think titles are hard for other artists. Because I've been a recording artist for a long time and released a lot of instrumental music, you really have to become like a title generator. You have to crank that out. And so I, kind of put it down here, take a look at it, talk about it. This is really nice. This is one of the great things about spun bonded olefin is sometimes I put that ink down different ways or keep working it as a liquid, making it slower to dry. And sometimes you get these very odd sort of effects on here. And I really, really like how that is. It's like, you're not going to see this sort of thing in the night sky, but you might. It might be sort of a, you know, clouds on the horizon, right? It could be clouds on the horizon. And I don't mind being literal about this sort of thing. You have to bring somebody, you have to connect with somebody one way or the other. The title, they're tough, right? They're tough. This would be like a morning scene, right? With the flame orange ink there, and then this really just love the way that this mound, this earth, this hill sort of happens here. Again, it's like what I'm doing is driving down the highway and kind of like glance off to the side there. That's sort of what this view is for me. So it's going to be morning sun over spring, field. There that we can do that. On to the next one. Look at that. Again, just playing with that surface, playing with that ink. I guess I felt like I had to have a little bit of a dark horizon line on there. And that makes it. You know, you could just put a whole bunch of these up in alignment there. And what's the sky green like that, you know? I'm going to call this celestial growth. Just because I can. Because I can. Here's another one of these with the ink pens underneath there. And once it's masked there, I really, this one's very, very nice, right? I get another field. You know what it is? You know what this is? It's a field of variety. Just knocking it out here tonight. Knocking it out. Field of variety. Ah, here's a nice one. Wow, look at that. Got that sunset. There we go. Is that a sunset? It's a horizon. You get the deep blue in the sky. It's kind of like a sunset, sort of. It's just deep. I don't know. It's like these weird otherworldly things. I don't know. Gosh, the field somehow you get some red up there. It's gonna be rural nightscape. Nightscape. Can't write. Rural nightscape. It's kind of an evening. Poppies on the hillside. Hold on here. Poppies on the hill. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's thought. They could be poppies. They could be. It could be something else. I don't know. Look at this. This wasn't this the one where I can't quite remember. This is just like this is like being in outer space, you know, kind of like in the ether, ethereal fog, the classical gas, the gas giant. Ethereal gas giant. That's probably not a good idea, but you know, it's a little abstract. Murky tide pool. Murky tide pool. Okay, so this one is a little bit different. This is acrylic ink and acrylic paint, mainly acrylic paint on, this is watercolor paper. Pulled it off and deckled it, you know, deckled, DECKLED. And man, I like how this turned out here, because it's just like this sky is so, it's very similar in here. And of course everything is going to react differently on paper, actual fibrous paper, as opposed to synthetic, like a synthetic paper. So I like how this kind of came about here. And then, of course, I think this took me forever to kind of get those greens in order, you know. Man. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? It's going to be like a May grass, may grass, may the grass be with May fields, Springfield, no, April, May. You know, they get this thing here in this town that I live in now called No Mow May. It's like, so people don't mow their yards for the month of May. And they stick a sign in their yard that says No Mow May. And their yard is, you know, the grass is like, it's getting high because it's, you know, it's almost the middle of the month. And all I can think is like, that's not such a good idea, you know, because then they're going to go mow their yard, and you mow that much grass off at one particular, that's not good for the grass. I don't think. And it's good to mow the grass tall, you know, but let it grow out like, you know, like a hippie hair, something like that. Because I mean, that grass is going to grow like a foot. It's just kind of goofy. No mow May. What? That's like, it's like just what's the point, right? Anyway, I thought that was weird. And then, of course, you know, if you don't mow your yard, then the city's going to come after you and fine you. And who needs that, right? I'm trying to get back to this here. Sort of a lime. Put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up, right? Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out here. Just it's gonna. Oh, look at this! And I have to down here. It's gonna be grassy fields in the spring. I probably already have one called that, but I like to be literal. What can I say? Grassy fields in the spring. What else we got here? Highland. That's actually quite good. That's actually quite good. Highland Marsh. That is kind of marshy, you know. Think about it. I'll make another one like that someday here. It's a possibility. Here's another one of these. This is acrylic ink and acrylic paint on watercolor paper. If I remember this one, this was a difficult one. But I always love the pink, because some of these fields around here have a little bit of pink in them, particularly in the fall. You know, this is almost like this. Get that pen away from there. It's almost like the soybean fields in the fall. So it's, you know, soybeans. I think I've done soybeans before. Oh man, that's so difficult. Glow. Gotta use the word glow. Glowing. Glowing rust. Glowing rust. Glowing rust. There you go. Another one here. Got it. This goofiness. This looks like my high school colors here, right? Purple and gold. It's my high school colors. This beautiful, vibrant sky and the weird yellow landscape. What is yellow? Buttercup? Build me up, Buttercup, right? No, we're not doing that. Alien. We're on another planet here. We're on the planet Venus, right? Are we on the moon? Are we on the Earth, right? I don't know. Yeah. Whew. Really just ringing it out tonight, trying to come up with something on that. Lemongrass, but 2 words. Lemon, grass, sunset. There we go. Lemon, grass, sunset. A lot of artists out there, they like to start with the title and then they make the painting. And I can't do that. Like, like I'm going to call it, whatever. I can't, I don't operate that way. The title always comes later. It's just the way that it is. That's beautiful. That's really nice. That's really nice. High desert. Hold on here. I think I'm going to use your title here. High desert. I'm going to throw something else in there because I do want it to be the high desert. The high desert plains. The high desert. High desert grasslands. Right? Yeah. Hopefully I can read my scratch later. High desert grasslands. I think that works. Just, I think 4 more. Is it 4 more? Do I have 4 more? 4 more. This is kind of conventional. I think we've seen this a bit here. Greening of the hillside. See how sometimes they just show up. You can be literal. No, I'm going to call it Untitled number 143. Symphony and blah, 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 unexplained. This is my treatise on thermonuclear war. I don't operate like that, guys. Look at this crazy thing. This took 2 nights. I have 2 videos on this one. This thing was a beast. Oh man. I did it first and then I had to go and like completely kind of darken it. So this is acrylic ink on spun bonded olefin. And so it started off very bright painting. And then I added sepia here to the yellow and got it down to this sort of textural sort of thing. And then this thing, just the red just stuck in there and I had to mask that a bit. And I believe the background was originally flame orange and then I added blue. So you get green. And then I think I put a bunch of sepia on here to remove and then expose that orange. And I thought, and then it was worth spending 2 evenings on because Um, um, and so we have it. It's the red town. Um, in the distance, it's a red town. I know I could probably come up with something better, but red town in the distance. That's nice. What do we got left? Two more. 30 minutes. Have I been rambling this long? Oh my God. I'm embarrassed. Hold on here. This is over the. It's not going to fit in the. It's not going to fit in its cage. So this is acrylic ink on spun bonded olefin. Green Valley, Green Valley. Fog in the Valley. I've done Fog in the Valley. Greening down. Man, sometimes these are so difficult. Because I mean, like, look, you got something going on in the distance there. That's further down the way. And I'm going to call it a lone field. A lone field. But just one word. A lone field. Last one. Last night's, and this is not ready here. This is last night. So this is, I think, acrylic ink and mainly acrylic paint on watercolor paper again. And I really liked how this one turned out. Because it was a little difficult. I got to get these weird clouds here and I got the weird cloud up here. And man, I really liked it. And, you know, it's this, I took the field and I'm not trying to adhere to any sort of landscape. I've just got that vertical. So there's a little bit of abstractness going on here, you know? And so let's call this abstractness fields. They're fields, guys and gals, whatever. Abstractness fields. Sometimes I like to combine words, you know, kind of weird or make up words. Sometimes I make up words, you know. Wow. I didn't think it was going to take this long. 34 minutes. My God. Thanks for hanging out with me. My gallery is markrushtongallery.com. Join my mailing list. Link is in the description. I'm at markrushton.substack.com. And thanks for hanging out with me. I'll try to do some painting tomorrow night. Talk to you later.